Good evening and welcome to Miss Sugar on Tarot. Today we are going to talk about chesed and the fours. Um, First off, where's my little drawing of the tree of life? Don't tell me I gotta draw it all over again. Alright, so, can we... Oh, my altar is so crowded. Let's get... this. Oh, every time I open this ink, it just gets a little harder to open up. Come on. Come on. We might have to go with a pen. That's not gonna open. So we're gonna go with a pen. Alright, here we go. This is our tree of life so far, and we're in chesed. So we're gonna draw a line straight down, and that is here. This is chesed. With a whole lot more chuching, because every time you have a CH in the tree of life, it's a hich sound, like you're gargling cheese. Okay, so chesed is mercy. And again, when we talk about the tree of life, we are actually talking about the tree of life that is in your body. In the Bible, it says the kingdom of God is with you and within you, and that is basically what we have here. You have the whole universe within inside of you. The tree of life is inside of you. That is the big secret. Chesed is mercy, and we show mercy to others when we pull back from passing judgment on others. When we are kind even to our enemies and to people we would rather not be kind to. When we are solid in our own beliefs but are tolerant of other people's beliefs. The physical body is the right arm, the dominant hand. Well, dominant for most, but in the tree of life it is the dominant hand, showing that there may be power behind the hand, but it is used in a softer way towards others and towards ourselves. I'm going to give you a few minutes here to pick out your fours while I pick out my own and organize them thusly. Earth, air, earth, water. I always organize them. It's a quirk. So, again, we're going to go over the elements. Pentacles are earth. Cups are water. Wands are fire. Swords are air. Pentacles, your earthy matters, are your physical things, things that you can touch. Your money. Cups are water. They're your emotions, your relationships with other people, whether they be friends or lovers or acquaintances. Wands, fire. This is your creative drive, your career, your movement forward, the fire under your butt. Swords are air. They are your thoughts, your ideas. So, start with the Four of Pentacles in chesed. Here we see, I'm using the Housewives Tarot. You can use whatever tarot you want. Again, I would suggest picking a tarot that you connect with, and a tarot that has good illustrations in the number cards, so that you can get a good picture of what's going on. The Four of Pentacles is not so much greed, but a keeping your own matters to yourself. You are not sharing, which can be seen as a negative, but on the other hand, if you give too much of yourself, and if you give too much, like if you give money to other people, if you give yourself to other people too much, you have nothing for yourself. So keeping some of that back for yourself and being aware of its importance. Then we have, oh, wrong one. Then we have cups. This, as you can see here, she's content in what she has. She has had 3 cups already. Somebody is trying to give her a fourth, and she's saying no more. This is the emotional equivalent of saying, I'm not going to engage in this with you because I've had enough. And for my own sanity, I'm going to step back and allow you to deal with your own issues by yourself. I don't need to have that in my life. It's not that I don't care about you or that I don't want good things to happen for you, but for my own sake, I cannot take this on. And that is being more merciful towards yourself. Because sometimes when you take other people's emotions and their things on, you overwhelm your own self, and it's you can't help anybody else if you are in that state. My mother used to say, there's a reason when you're on an airplane and they tell you to put the mask on yourself and then help other people. You have to be sure that you are in a good place mentally before you can help other people out. And I think that goes for the Four of Cups as well. You can't give the last of your things away. You can't give to other people if you have nothing for yourself. If you don't keep anything for you, you don't have anything for anybody else. The Four of Wands is on a different kind of kick. This is a woman, she's kicked up, she's relaxed on 4, brooms, I guess you would say. And she is enjoying a job well done. And that is basically this card's meaning. It is the relaxation after a job well done. It is the feeling of completion we get when we have finished something to its end and seen it all the way through. And now we're taking that time for ourselves to relax and enjoy the fruits of our labor. Next is the Four of Swords. This is a woman taking a respite. She has the face mask on, the cucumbers, and in front of her, you will see 4 blades in a block. Now, this is a different kind of break. This is after you've been fighting or having just strife in your life. This is taking time out from that strife and saying, I am going to separate myself from that, and I am going to take time for myself. I am going to cut that out of my life for now. I will see it later, or I will not come back to it later, but taking a respite from that in your own life and not allowing it to penetrate your peaceful mind. Again, talking about spell work, we're going to bring up the Tree of Life. I'm going to draw a better one, by the way. I'm going to get some rulers and protractors in there, and I'm going to draw a better Tree of Life to illustrate these points, because this one's been kind of janky. So, again with the spell work, we put our card after we've drawn out our Tree of Life and we've contemplated the meaning of mercy. We've contemplated what it means to take ourselves out of a situation that we're not comfortable with and made ourselves happy. This spell work would be more about contemplating on what you have and how you might be giving. Maybe you've been lending money. Maybe somebody else has been like, oh, you're such a miser, or you're such a stingy person, and really contemplating on that and saying, well, maybe I am, but I know the value of my money. Maybe you don't. So that spell work would probably be towards getting rid of those people who are just going to be coming into your life and going, lend me money, and saying, you know what, maybe I don't want those people in my life. Or maybe a spell to keep those people away from you. Or a spell maybe to set your own boundaries, or get your own boundaries in check and say, you know what, I am maybe not able to say no, and maybe no is something I need to say to other people. What do we got here? Cups. Same thing, emotionally. Taking care of yourself. pushing other people, not pushing other people out, but making sure that there is a clear boundary between you and the other person that you are dealing with. And maybe setting those boundaries in your mind and doing that meditation and doing that spell work in order to set those boundaries and to say, I am going to, this is the line in the sand, and this is what, I am not going to cross it. I'm going to learn to say no. Four of Wands, maybe you are seeing the end of a project and you just want to speed that up. Or maybe you are starting a project and you're worried about it being completed on time or being completed at all, so you want to put that in your priorities, in your mind, and maybe set it up so that it does get completed. So that would be good for that. Final one, again, taking a respite from the strife and problems in your life. Put that in chesed. Say, I need some time out for me. I need to set that up. I need some boundaries. I need a line in the sand. So maybe light a white candle, put the card in chesed, and meditate on those things and really see where you stand and where the other people stand. Because sometimes it's hard to draw boundaries. Sometimes people step over your boundaries and you go, oh, just this once, I won't say no, I won't make a fuss because I don't want them to dislike me or I don't want to make them angry. But that's not good for your own mental health. That's allowing other people to just step over you and make a nuisance of themselves in your life when you don't really need that. But I have rambled on about the cards again. I hope you understood what I was talking about. I hope the cards' meanings were clear to you. Thank you again for tuning in. Alternative Faiths, go there, come talk with me in the chat room, and we'll talk about tarot. Again, this was Miss Sugar on Tarot. I hope you enjoyed.